Begin by ironing your fabric. Cut off any selvage. Cut your fabric to 18 inches in length. Now cut 3 strips that are 4 inches wide and 18 inches long. Fold each of the strips in half, right sides together, and sew a 1/2 inch seam down the side of each one, forming 3 separate tubes. Turn the 3 tubes right side out. Turn the tubes so that the seam is in the center, and then iron flat. For the adult-sized headband, you'll leave one of the tubes whole. Cut another band at the 13-inch mark. The third band will be cut at the 12-inch mark. Your bands should now look like this. Cut a piece of elastic to 6 inches in length. Tuck the elastic inside of the second largest band, the one that is 13 inches long. Leave the tip of the elastic out a bit. Sew the elastic in place using a zigzag stitch. Backstitch several times for durability. Tuck an inch of the sewn elastic end into the end of the largest tube, the one that's 18 inches long. Make sure that the middle seam lines up on both pieces. Turn down the edges of the large tube about a 1/2 inch, then sew in place. Switch back to a regular straight stitch for this. Insert your finger into the end of the shorter tube and grasp the elastic. Pull it out and sew in place at the end of the short tube. Use a zigzag stitch to secure the elastic. Now insert this into the other end of the long tube. Again, line up the seams and fold down the edges. Sew in place using a straight stitch. Now we'll make the bow. You should have 3 tube pieces left. Take the longest and fold the 2 ends to meet in the middle, overlapping slightly. Sew in place using a zigzag stitch. Repeat these steps for the next largest tube. Center the small bow piece on top of the larger one and sew together. Add the bow piece to the headband a little off center so it will rest more on the side of the head. Sew the bow piece to the headband. Finally, wrap the last tube piece around the center of the bow, covering the stitches. Pull and pinch the ends of the tube tightly on the back. Sew the ends of the tube together close to the headband. Snip off the tube's excess fabric on the back. To see written instructions for this project, as well as measurements to make a Betty band in a child or baby size, visit www.madebymarzipan.com.